Welcome back to Captain Power's Bitcoin journaling, where we examine Bitcoin and the blockchains, all things crypto. And we're going to be taking a closer look at the events of 2024, actually in our trading view chart. So we can take a look and see as far as date ranges that correlate with events. And I think it's going to be pretty eye-opening to see trends as far as candlestick technical analysis and basic analysis to see what was responsible for possible swing low and swing high. If this is your first time with Captain Power, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll go ahead and get into taking a look at some of the analysis here with respect to events in 2024. Now, keep in mind that when we take a look at events, we're primarily looking at, of course, at the halving that took place in April, as well as possible political events and other events that took place in 2024. So when we actually take a look at our chart here, which is BTC to USD, we're just taking a look at swing low and swing high events, and we can see here in March, swing low and swing high. There was an April swing low and swing high, another swing low and swing high, and then we can see also, you can see on the right side where we put a few of the date ranges and events, and we're going to take a closer examination of those once we take a look at just a general spotting of swing low and swing high events on our chart here, which is a BTC to USD, which is really interesting because then we can actually try and spot trend some of the trends that took place in 2024. And here we actually have that big pump towards October and the beginning of November, and of course we see there most likely corresponding with the political events of the United States election period. And then we did have a close to the third week of January here in 2025, we did have a peak of 109K for BTC. So that is very, very promising. I know we went really fast on doing this, so let's take a quick look again at the swing low and swing high events as we look here. And we can see in the early parts of February, March, there was swing low, swing high, and we've been pretty much picking up from 41K in early March, February, and actually moving closer. And we can see there was sort of like a consolidation in the period from about May to April, but we did have some sort of pressure there between April and May, smaller swing low, swing high events. But as we got closer to the summertime, we could actually see that there was going to be a pump because actually the swing low, swing high periods were actually getting a little bit larger as we approached the United States election, which was we can see that large, nice candlestick pump from going into November. And then also as we got closer and closer to the inauguration, we can see there that there were some really good swing low and swing high events, and ultimately going to a peak of 109 and then slowly steadying down as far as the BTC to USD range here. So when we take a closer look at the dates, ranges, and events, we can see that the halving took place in around April 4th of 2024, and the halving is basically going from 6.25 BTC to 3.125 reward per block, and that is to speak to scarcity as well as increasing the demand, of course, by halving the block. The whole idea is to increase scarcity, and through scarcity, that increases the demand for BTC overall. We didn't anticipate seeing any major swings towards a pump until a few months after the halving, which was a general pattern that we've seen with other halvings. And we do see that there were other events going on, such as the Bitcoin Oasis in Dubai in February. We also had a crypto expo, another big expo in May of 18, and this is where like-minded individuals came together, most likely several Bitcoin whales, trying to decide as far as when to take their profits. And we do see that there is speculation based on the price that there was profit taking towards the end of 2024, because of course we swung from 41,000 as high as 109,000 in the third week of January 2025. So we anticipated some type of consolidation, as well as those who are going to be actually taking profits going into the end of 2024 for various reasons. But then we saw a pretty good pump around October 28th to October 30th with the United States election approaching. And then we did have the Nice Hash X Bitcoin conference and the Dow Symposium towards the end of the year. And of course, the events were culminating with the global blockchain show in Dubai 2024. And then we had our U.S. presidential inauguration that was going into January 10th through January 20th, that window where we saw another swing low, swing high. So as we take a look at the date ranges, we can correlate with possibly movement in the price of BTC. Of course, there is no guarantee. We're just simply looking for trends as we go forward. And as we look forward to Bitcoin, just keep in mind that our ultimate goal is to create a hedge against inflation. And overall, over the last few years, Bitcoin has been outplacing inflation, and we need to understand closer true meaning to money and learning how to work with to earn a possible return of 15% to 25%. And that is one of the reasons why we're looking towards Bitcoin as ultimately a good hold for our funds. And keep in mind also, as far as looking forward to Bitcoin, we do want to see that as far as the strategic reserve for 2025, whether that's going to possibly increase the price point of BTC. We're keenly looking at various events throughout 2025. Of course, the ripple effect on the price of BTC may not be felt for quite some time, a few months after each event, but it is good to actually take a look at the various trends as we look at the BTC movement in price on our chart. One of the things we wanted to look at also is the effect of BTC on the effect of movement with the altcoin market. And there are various movements with various altcoins that we'll actually get into future videos. But keep in mind, as once we take a look at the BTC movement, swing lows, swing highs in 2025, we're actually looking towards the event of inflows into the Bitcoin ETF, spot coin, looking at spot ETFs for Bitcoin, as well as also we're going to be correlating relationships between inflows anticipated for other ETFs that may be available on the marketplace. So when we look at BTC as a whole going into 2025, we want to take a close look and see, even though that we are several months after the halving, we want to see the effects on BTC price movement as well as supply and demand, and see if there's going to be a consolidation. Keep in mind that some experts anticipate that there'll be more inflow into ETH in the first January through February, and some investors may do a swap of ETH for BTC in the summertime, and we can actually possibly look for movement in BTC price sometime in the summertime, another major pump, as generally the inflow into BTC may happen in the second half of 2025, just by going by trends that we've seen. So as far as we look forward to BTC movement, we're also taking a look at stable coins that are going to be used globally for mass payments. We anticipate a major flow there, especially with advancements in BRICS, and other political movements going forward into 2025. So we will do continuing Bitcoin journaling, taking a look at Bitcoin and blockchain news. Thank you for joining us here on Captain Power, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.